didn't fit into the fantasy that other people projected on you? What would it look like if you weren't the person people wanted you to be? Well, hello. Baby, what's going on? We're gonna talk about something real good today, okay? Are you guys excited? Because I'm excited, okay? I've had my coffee. And honestly, y'all, I've been like vegan for the last 3 days. Look at me. I've been vegan for the last 3 days and I feel amazing. I feel great. Just a little overview in case this is your first video and you're just now catching me. I want to let you know that we talk about lifestyle, self-development, and love over here, okay? Self-love, dating, all the rest of that good stuff, okay? Lifestyle, you know, it's a lifestyle, it's a genre, okay? And self-development, okay? So if you're interested in that, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. For the girlies that are already subscribed, hey babes, certified babes, okay? That's what we do over here. Make sure you hit the bell if you haven't already, okay? Throw your girl in the algorithm. Let's get the algorithm, okay? You're gonna see me looking at my laptop because I do have some statistics and some scientific backup today so that I can give you guys a really good, well-rounded video. And some things to just sizzle in your spirit a little further than me just running my mouth. So, boom, let's do it. I used to be like your La Cienega Boulevard is, okay? Big feet, taller than all the boys in school, you know, all the rest of that. So I had my own inner awkwardness that might not have been apparent to others, but it was apparent to me, okay? And then as I got older, I kind of really just transformed into myself. I grew into myself and I was always outgoing, extroverted, you know, friendly, bubbly, but then I also had a little bit of, you know, my own little growing pains and things of that nature, my own little insecurities like we all do. And so because I've always had a really big personality, I've been always super bubbly, there have been a lot of people that my spirit and how I do things irritates the F out of them. They didn't like it, okay? And outside of those people who just didn't like it, men that I dated did not like it, okay? I think I might have mentioned this in another video, but I have dated guys that have loved everything that I come with physically, mentally. They liked my heart space, my heart posture, my compassion. Then they get with me and they want to put their foot on my neck. Make me small, package me a little bit better so that I'm palatable to them, not challenging their manhood, not challenging their perceived masculinity, their false masculinity, you know, trying to really like, nah, that's too much, don't wear that, nah, that's this, don't do that, now why you always gotta comment on XYZ, you so friendly, you too friendly, all that. Even though they knew that going into it, they met me that way. But now that I guess, you know, things may have progressed and they felt a different way, they wanted to make me smaller. And so I'm the best person to speak about this because not only did I experience this with men and love interests, but when you meet women who don't necessarily like your spirit, it's not good or bad, but just they don't like that, how you doing, what's going on, how you doing, oh, shaking hands, kissing babies, they don't like that. Then it turns into, oh, this bitch is everywhere, she making too much noise, like go back into the background, why you gotta be everybody? They wanna make you smaller. And I said on a previous video about reframing, it's like not always good or bad, it just is what it is. And sometimes it's too much for some. I ain't for everybody, baby. I'm not tea, I'm whiskey, okay? And so with that being said, you're gonna have to have some level of an understanding of yourself, self-awareness, and understand that everybody not gonna like it. But that doesn't mean you shrink. Because I also had a moment in time where I was like, oh, well, I don't want to be too loud, or I don't want to stand out too much. I'm already tall. I don't want to wear those shoes. I'm already curvaceous. I don't want to wear that shirt or those pants or that. And then one day I was just kind of like, they're going to have to get whatever I pull out this closet. They're going to have to get whatever I pull out. So let's chat. babes, do not, under any circumstances, repackage yourself to fit in any boxes that do not resonate with you. Don't do it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, you're gonna be resentful as hell. And number two, it's not you. And ultimately, underneath, you're placating others. You're being a people pleaser. Been there, done that, it's not cute. And honestly, you're gonna hate yourself for it. So let's talk about some statistics, okay? Let's talk about conformity, because that's ultimately what you're doing when you're trying to fit in, or you're trying to make yourself more palatable or more fitting for what other people need, okay? You're trying to conform. Let's talk about that. So boom. Supporting the conformity idea, research has found that people who have lower self-esteem are more likely to conform in comparison with those who have higher self-esteem. This makes sense because self-esteem rises when we know we are being accepted by others, and people with lower self-esteem have a greater need to belong. Okay, so just to comment on that alone, it is natural as a human being to want to have some level of likeness to our counterparts, to our peers, to our neighbors, to the people that we like the most. It's normal. It's almost DNA. However, we live in a time where individuality is our gift. Individuality is something that has been given to us because of so many different years of evolution, coming from living a certain way, hunter-gatherer style, so all the way up into this point where we are able to pick and choose where we're going to work, what we're going to do. Are we going to stay home as a mom? Are we going to be working moms? Are we going to be astronauts? Are we going to be basketball players? We get to choose, okay? However, there's this little thing, this little nugget deep down inside that makes us feel like, I don't know, will I be accepted? That's honest, and it's normal. But you see how the statistics have already shown us that it is rested on our own personal self-esteem now. Before, conformity was necessary because, baby, you don't get with the herd, it's over for you. Herd mentality. Herd mentality is the tendency of people to follow the crowd and fit in society. What causes herd mentality is fear, greed, and the human desire to belong to a social group. Okay, so let's take it back to pre-modern times, okay? Hunters, gatherers. You don't stay with your herd. A buffalo might trample you. A woolly mammoth might eat you. The herd gotta kind of bang with you for you to be okay. And I get that. And that's where that little nugget comes from, deep down inside. We're like, oh no, I need the people to like me. However, woolly mammoths ain't around no more. There are things set up for you to be safe all on your lonesome. If that's what it's gonna be, then that's what it's gonna be, and you would be fine. There are so many different things that are different from that point in time that self-esteem is something that you can rest on. Then self-esteem, what? You don't know who you are, what you do, care about yourself, baby. We're here to eat, live, develop, and prepare this time for the people who will come later. Self-esteem is such a sophisticated thing, in my opinion. So now we're in this space, and these good old 2023s and things, well, self-esteem is something that not only you can develop and have, but you need to, because it is a part of it's what you got to work with to then elevate the people beyond you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's go back. If you feel like you are doing things or trying to fit yourself in a box so that you are more palatable or palatable to others, there is something going on with how you feel about yourself. There is something going on with how you feel about yourself that isn't so high vibrational. And that's why I promote high self-esteem here. You gotta have it. And I do not promote arrogance, but high self-esteem, knowing who you are, developing self-awareness, feeling confident in yourself. Because without those, you will almost every single time feel that urge to be what others want you to be. If you are not strong in your self-esteem and you are not doing the work to build your self-esteem, almost every single time you will get the strongest urge to conform or to people please every single time. Especially in your intimate relationships, because you'll be wanting to be what they want you to be. And you know what will happen? You will end up developing that resentment, like I mentioned before, but also cheating yourself. You are the way you are because there's a reason for it. You are not accidental in any way, shape, or form, okay? I don't care what anybody told you, tried to imply, none of that. You ain't no accident, all right? So with you being here and being how you are, there is a reason for you developing yourself and being your biggest, bestest self. Nobody should be able to come along and say, I don't like that. That's not good. Or something's wrong with you because you're that way. Prime example, how they prime little girls when they're young and they might be curvier than the other girls. Oh, she's fast. Oh, she needs a longer skirt. Oh, she needs a this, she needs a that. Sexualizing people that are small. They're not even thinking about that. Because they're trying to make you fit in their idea of how things are supposed to go. Everything is a projection. So that's number one you need to know. But also, number two you need to know is don't let other people's projections have you on some tightrope trying to be something that you are not supposed to be. You should make decisions about who you're gonna be, how you're gonna do, what you're gonna say, how you're gonna feel based off of you, not based off other people, okay? Conformity is meh, it sucks, all right? Unless you say, this social group actually speaks to me, resonates with me, I truly deeply believe this. Don't go and, oh, well, when I'm around, I have to do. No, you don't. If them people ain't your people, then they ain't your people. Find some people that is your people. You ain't gotta change nothing about you. Obviously within reason. Don't be just crappy person or just completely just out of line, obnoxious, and expect people to want to be around you. No. But if people are upset with you for you just being yourself and you aren't harming anyone, they probably are trying to fit you in a box. And there's another statistic. People conform to group pressure because they are dependent on the group for satisfying two important desires. The desire to have an accurate perception of reality and the desire to be accepted by other people. People want to hold accurate beliefs about the world because such beliefs usually lead to rewarding outcomes. The people just want to be accepted, they want to feel safe, they want to feel loved, they want to feel cared for. But what if I jump out there and tell you that no matter your differences, no matter what your selection of lifestyle choices are, there's somebody out here that's gonna love you. You will be accepted by someone. It might not be by the people you're glorifying, but then you gotta ask yourself, why are you glorifying them? You gotta really get to the root. Do I like me? Do I love this about me or do I not like this about me? Do I enjoy eating this food or do I not? Do I feel shameful about it? Do I enjoy gossiping about people or do I really feel like crap and that's why I do it? You gotta ask yourself about the things so that you can get to the root of what you actually stand beside and what you actually do feel deep down inside shameful about. Because in that way, you can actually develop some level of not only just self-awareness, but also understand that you know what you like about yourself and you know what you love about yourself, and you can decide what you're not willing to change and what are things that you don't like so much. So when someone is giving you feedback about who you are, your foundation of who you are cannot be shaken. But if they say, oh, you know, your hair would look really nice this way, you can say, oh, okay, I'm willing to consider your suggestion because you know that that doesn't take away from your identity. But when people say, oh, well, I don't like you in red, you can say, well, red is my favorite color. I'm not gonna not wear red. You know that that's a part of your identity. And these are very small examples. but hopefully you on a wagon with me and you understand where we going, okay? I challenge all of you to really look within and discover yourself. What do you like? Are you emulating an idea that you've seen on TV for forever? Are you being who somebody told you that you should be? Are you acting like one person and then going home and being a completely different person? Really develop some level of understanding about yourself so that you aren't being a conformist, but you're being yourself. That's the only way to unlock true love, is actually liking yourself. You can't hate yourself and love yourself at the same damn time. Really get to know yourself. Find out the stuff that moves you, what you don't identify with. So you're not running around letting people tell you, go here, do this, wear this, don't wear this, eat this, don't eat this. Develop your own idea of what your personality is and who you are, so you got something to stand on. Like, I have a very triggering question. I feel like this question is going to be triggering for some of you. But the question is, what would it look like if you didn't fit into the fantasy that other people projected on you? What would it look like if you weren't the person people wanted you to be? Then what? What's the worst that could happen? They say, oh, I don't like her no more because I thought she was the girl that was going to let me say and do and be hot. Oh, I want a different person to hang around. Okay? Scram, loser, because you're not my person. What's the worst that could happen? Friends that you've been friends with for a long time that have been overriding your boundaries and making you show up in a way that you don't really feel comfortable with, but you're doing just to keep them around. They no longer want to be your friend. Sounds like less work to me. Don't conform for nobody. No one. You can change and develop and learn as you go, and you don't even have to be the same person you were 15 minutes ago. You can develop, but make sure you're doing it based off of your own personal beliefs and not what anybody is telling you that you should do, and not off of what anybody is trying to force you to conform to for their own ego or their own purposes. Somebody say, tone it down. You always come in here too sexy. We don't like this. Ask yourself, well, am I dressed appropriately? Am I intentionally seeking attention? Am I intentionally trying to be distracting? If the answers are no, when someone's telling you to tone it down, they're just gonna have to shut up and eat their Cheerios, okay? Because it's not giving it. Everything is a projection. You get to develop who you are and explore who you are on your own terms, and nobody has the right to come and tell you who to be, how to be, and what to do. Figure out who you are, develop some level of moral code, moral ethics, what you stand by, develop your identity, ask yourself, who am I? So when somebody says, who do you think you are? You can tell them. Okay? So, boom. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I've went on a bit of a rant here, but I just wanted you guys to have this video, be able to come back to it so you can get yourself together, okay? Don't be unreasonable, don't be unkind, and stay true to yourself. Okay? See you guys on the next one. Bye.